Hi everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have another cute card I'm going to share with you guys today. I came up with this idea after I did my Facebook Live this past Wednesday. It's a very similar card to the one I did on my Facebook Live, but it was, I want to say, more geared toward the feminine. It had more feminine colors, so I wanted to try to come up with something that would be more masculine that we could give to our boyfriends or husbands or the men in our life. So this is the card that I came up with, and like I said, it's very, very similar to the Facebook Live. I'll put a link to that video if you want to watch it. In this video, I'll put it right here at the top, so it should be popping up any minute for you guys. So the stamp set I'm going to use is Sure Do Love You, and I'm currently offering a class right now that features the stamp set. I provide all the cardstock. There is going to be a video going up about that too, so make sure that you watch that. So it's the stamp set and the Lots to Love box framelits are what we're going to be using. And then I'm also using the Celebrate You Thinlits that is in the Celebration catalog. It's a free item you can earn if you spend $100. It's a level 2 in the Celebration catalog. And I'm also going to use the Night of Navy gingham ribbon. I'm going to use the Petal Pair. This is also in the Occasions catalog. And I just actually closed out my Petal Palette class, and this was kind of like one of the accessory items you could have gotten to that goes with that stamp set. Then I'm going to use the Hexagon Dynamic Textured Embossing Folder. And we're going to use Smoky Slate and Night of Navy ink. The card base is Smoky Slate, and I'm just going to go ahead and score this while I have it here with me. And I'll just lay that out of the way. And then we have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and this piece is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I just have a piece of Whisper White scrap that we're going to stamp our hearts on. And then another piece of Smoky Slate that we're going to use the embossing folder on. And this one is cut, I want to say, at 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 by 5 1/4 for that one. And I'll have all of the details, the supply list, in a PDF, downloadable PDF on my blog later. So if you guys want to watch that. Now I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my Big Shot. I'm going to move everything out of the way. I'm just going to back out really quick so you guys can see maybe a little bit better. Now I have the heart that we're going to use when we do our stamping, and then I already have the Amazing You. This is from the Celebrate You Thinlits, so I've already got them on my Big Shot, so I'm just going to cut them out while I've already got them there. And I have the Amazing on a piece of Smoky Slate, and the U is on a piece of Night of Navy. I'll just pull that out. And I'm just going to lay these off to the side for right now so we can move on. And I'm just going to change out the magnetic plate for my platform, the regular platform. And I thought I had it over here. Okay, I have it. So we're just going to use our the regular Big Shot magnetic platform. I changed locations from where I was going to do this video, so I forgot to bring it over to my new destination. So now we're just going to take the piece of Night of Navy, and I'm just going to place it in the folder, and where the Stampin' Up! Logo is here, I like to put that down, and the piece of cardstock that I want face up, I put face down in the folder. We're just going to close that because this is the Dynamic Impressions folder. It's wider, so you don't need both of your plastic plates. You only need one. So we'll just run this one through first. And I'll show you really quick what a pretty image that has. You can just see that. And this just kind of is more masculine, I think, is why I decided to do that. And we'll put this out of the way. Then I'm going to grab this little, I'm not sure what these designs are. I think they look like hearts a little bit, stems. And I'm going to grab the piece of Smoky Slate that is 2.5. And what I like to do is I just place it in the middle, fold that up, and then I eyeball it to make sure on each side I have almost the same amount peeking through, and you can just, slightly adjust it where you think you need to. This one you will need both of your platforms because it's not the thick embossing folders, it's just the regular. So we'll just run that through. And I'll show you what that looks like once you have that embossed. And I just like that it has that little bit on each side that is unfinished, unembossed. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to move the Big Shot just really quick while we stamp, and then we'll bring it back in once we do our stamping. So I'm just going to get my piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to use my piercing mat. So I'm just going to put that there. I'm going to come back in just a little bit, and we're going to open up our Smoky Slate. And I have a piece of just scrap paper. I am going to have my Stampin' Scrub beside me because I'm going to have to clean that off. So we're just going to ink this up. And it's the heart. We're just going to ink it up. And if you notice the little distressed, like right there in the middle, it's supposed to be there. Okay, now I'm not going to stamp off because this is such a light color. I wanted it to be a little bit more brighter. And I'm just cleaning off my stamp so I can use the Night of Navy. Now that one I am going to stamp off because it is a very dark color. So we'll just ink this up in Night of Navy. And like I said, I am going to stamp off on a piece of scrap paper. And then we'll just bring this in and stamp that right there. And then I'm just going to close these up and move this out of our way. Get rid of the scrap piece of paper. Let me make room for the Big Shot again. So we'll just bring this back in and let me widen out just a bit so you can see again. And we'll just put one of our plates down, take our heart, framelit, and just match it up. I think I moved it a little bit. So let's try that again. There we go. And then we'll just run that through. Pop that out. And we'll do the same thing with the Night of Navy. Pop that out. And there you go. We have both pieces then all inked up and ready to go. And let me just move the Big Shot one last time out of our way. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring these pieces back. And I'm just going to zoom in a bit more. So we're just going to pop this out. And if you have your piercing tool, which mine is never far away from me, you can just use it and then just pop all the little pieces out like so. Okay, and I'm just gonna lay that piece there and put my Thinlit over here so I don't lose it. The O has got the little piece that we want to pop out. And we'll get rid of all this. It's just trash. And I'm going to lay that there, but I'm going to get started on putting this together. Okay, so I'm going to use Fast Fuse. And I'm just going to run a little bit. And I'm going to back out just a bit. I feel like I'm a little bit too close. I'm going to put Fast Fuse down each side and the top and the bottom of that embossed, because that's been embossed. And I'm just going to offset it just a bit. I want just a little bit of that right there, the side just showing through, okay? Then I'm going to take my ribbon and just measure off a little bit like so. And probably put it that far up on the card. Doesn't have to be a lot. And grab some tape. And I'm just going to bend that over. Put a little bit of tape on the back. Flip it over, make sure I have everything going straight. And another piece of ribbon right there. And then Fast Fuse again. And then you can do a piece right down the center if you want. Then we're just going to center this on our card base like so. And if you want your ribbon to lay down more than it does, I've in the past used glue dots, but on this card it's not that big of a deal. And then I'm just going to take my ribbon and make a tiny bow. Okay, just going to straighten that a bit. And then I'm just going to snip it off, and I like to make the real sharp little like V's on it. I'm just going to shorten it up just a bit. And I think I might even go just a smidge bit shorter on those. Yep, okay, I like that. And you can always, you know, cinch it, make it smaller, whatever you decide to do. Then I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to take my mini glue dots and my piercing tool and just pick up one of the glue dots and place it on the back side of the bow. And I lined mine up, just centered it right here with that edge of the paper to just kind of give me a general idea. Now we're going to take our hearts that we've stamped, and I'm going to take 3 dimensionals and put on the back of each one. So 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to put the Knight of Navy heart at the top. And I just lined this piece up and this piece up with the top is how I did it in my first card. And then we'll just peel these off of the smoky slate. And then we're just going to give it a turn. And I kind of tried to go more over in the blue, so like the smoky slate would stick out on the blue, and this would, the Knight of Navy would stick out on the smoky slate is how I mean, you could put them more on top of each other if you preferred to do that. Then I'm going to take the mini glue dots, and I'm just going to place one right there between the Y and the O, and grab another one and place right there. Those are the 2 widest spots. So that's why I decided to do that. Peel that off there. And then I'm just going to put the U right on my smoky slate. Then we'll bring in our silicone mat and my fine tip glue pen. And then we're just going to dab, dab, dab all the way around. Just to get enough on there to where it holds. Okay, and then don't forget to come back and do this piece right there, and then make sure that you put your lid back on right away because this dries out if you don't. I've never had an issue with mine, so knock on wood. Let's move that over and flip this over, and we'll just put that right down like that. And all you have to do is just really hold it just for a few seconds and it will adhere to your cardstock. And like I said, like that, you know, the A, you don't want to have to force it down, and really right there you don't have to either. As long as we get this up there stuck down, it's going to be fine. So there you guys go. This is my take on a masculine Valentine's thank you card, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you guys like the video, and if you do, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe. Right now, if you're not a new subscriber, I'm running a promotion where I'm actually doing a giveaway. Hold on a second. It's this stamp set. So for any new subscriber that subscribes to my channel, between now, and it's actually been going on for a couple of weeks, but from today on until the 31st, you'll be entered in this drawing for this Darling Christmas stamp set, and it is a rubber mount stamp set, clear mount. So make sure that you subscribe if you want to be entered in the drawing for that. And thanks so much for stopping by, guys.